right, it's going to take me a moment to get everything up and going, but we're almost there. All right, so we're going to be triple streaming on 3 different platforms here. All right, going to triple stream on 3 platforms. Hopefully we get lots of people in here. Messing with some stuff for the algo a little bit that I'm hoping is going to work here. We'll see. We'll see if I'm right. All right, I think that I am, though. All right, I think that I am right. So we're going to find out here shortly. Let me also get a community post here. Let's see if that all does the trick. I think it's going to, if my research is correct. Ryan, what's up? He's over here on the YouTube. Yes, Seth, we're live. We are absolutely live, guys. Hit that like button, by the way. Come on, get those likes up. That's what we need. That's what helps everything. And yeah, good morning, Ryan. Ryan's on both Facebook pages. Appreciate it, brother. Looks like you had a good workout this morning. Everything's moving nice and well. Deadlift a little slow, but we've also been increasing weight on it. So yeah. Nathaniel says, I got the notification this time. I know you did, Nathaniel. Thank you for letting me know. If you guys get in here, let me know if you got the notification on the tubes. Very, very helpful if I know that or not. But I'm thinking you guys are going to get this one. So what's up, Giovanni? How you doing? He's on Facebook. We're doing good here, man. All right, we're doing good. Had a really good workout today. Pretty happy with it overall. Which I'll get the vlog up here in a bit. I'm waiting to put the vlog up so that it doesn't interfere with the live stream notifications for the tubes. I have learned some things about the way that works. Can you see my comment? Hey, Dingleberry, if you're going to call me boy, I'm going to put you in timeout, though. We can obviously see your comments. Lars, appreciate it, man. Average height in the U.S. is 5'9". How do you not know this? Can't you go Google it? Hey, Lars, you got the notification this time? Other people are saying they did. Let me know if you got that notification. But the views are definitely coming up. Likes are coming up. I think that it worked. Giovanni says, have you ever considered extended fast for, say, 24 to 36 hours as part of a weight loss protocol? Absolutely not. I've never considered it. I would never consider it. I would absolutely not recommend any human being on the face of the earth do that for body composition purposes. And there's good data as to why. It's a really, really bad idea. It is a guaranteed way to lose muscle. It is almost a guarantee of muscle loss. You do not go 24 hours without eating protein. If your goal is to preserve muscle mass, you never go 24 hours without getting your minimum protein to preserve muscle. So you're talking a 24, you need at least like your 140 or 150 grams of protein inside there before the 24 hours is up, no matter what you do. Now, are you asking me, could someone do a protein sparing modified fast with intermittent fasting and say, do a 20-hour fast and then slam 200 grams of protein? Sure. But you're talking about a 24-hour or longer fast with zero protein? Horrible, horrible idea. Guarantee you will lose muscle doing this, even on steroids. So super bad idea. All right. Hey, Dingleberry, I'm not going to give you guys my morning weight. You guys know that 209 has been my low, though. Like, I'm not going to publish my morning weigh-in every day. Lars says I got the notifications. Awesome. Hoping you guys would. Seth, think of a dry sponge. That's what it's like if you don't eat for 24 hours. That's how much muscle. Well, the main thing is the protein, right? The 24 hours without protein is, and experts who look at this will tell you that, like, that's a bad idea. You know, nothing wrong with like a 20-hour fast if you handle intermittent fasting well, but that 24-hour, really bad. you're missing your muscle protein synthesis. You're going to dig into your muscle tissue. So I'm not going to advocate that. Again, it's just a bad idea. You know? So when someone asks me, have I considered it? No, I have not considered it. I will never consider it. It's not even an option on the table. Nathaniel says, why would you ever want to go 24 hours without protein anyway? Exactly. I don't understand the logic either. Rashid says, Coach, how can I get motivated to lift today? Stop relying on motivation. I've made dozens of videos answering this already. Your motivation's irrelevant. You get into the habit. You establish habits, and then you follow those habits. Motivation's irrelevant. Or you can hire me to coach you, and I'll get on your butt and tell you to go train. Like if you can't, work on your own accountability and establish habits, then I offer coaching services. And I will motivate you if it takes every animal in the Congo. For those who know that reference. Hit that like button. Appreciate it, Carol. Carol, did you get the notification this time? I'm also on Facebook, by the way. We're also on the Facebooks. All right, that's probably enough for the profile. Let me go ahead and end that. Just want to make sure that we need a reel there. All right, cool. We're getting the likes up. Give me just a second there, guys. You're a social media wizard, right? We have to be. It's my business. Hey, Dingleberry, I don't know why you insist on going on non-fitness topics. I'm going to go ahead and put you in timeout for 30 minutes. So you'll still be able to get in here for the rest of it. And when you can stick to fitness-related topics, I'll let you come back. Okay. I've previously given you warnings, so you already know that. But you'll still be able to come back in this chat. It's only a 30-minute timeout. But I'm going to put you in the corner so you can stick to stuff that's relevant. I have told him multiple times. Appreciate the like, Carol, and the comment on Facebook. All right. Notice I'm not banning people. We only do timeouts now. The fitness channel. If we can't stick to fitness comments, you don't get the privilege of posting. You have to go in the corner. All right. What else we got, guys? Let's get some actual fitness topics. There's 20 people liking all these, and it's all these people in here. Nobody's asking anything fitness related. Do you miss the social camaraderie of public gyms before working out solo? Can I answer? It's both. All right, my problem is I am very much an extroverted person, like in public. Like, so I'm very extroverted. People don't seem to realize that for some reason. So I'm in a public gym full of people. My workouts take forever because I want to socialize with other people if I'm not careful. So it actually interferes with my workouts. The social camaraderie of a public gym can literally interfere with my workouts if I'm not careful and slow them down. So I prefer to work out solo, but man, I love gyms. There's all sorts of people with similar interests to me hanging out. How many direct sets should someone do for their lower back if it's a weak link? There's not a direct answer to that. Not a direct answer, Cameron. I mean, direct sets. What are you defining as a direct set? I'm going to say at least 3 a week, though. I mean, but your direct sets could be deadlifts. Or are you talking, good mornings, reverse hypers? Probably, if it's a true weak link, though, maybe 3 to 5 sets is the baseline to get everything up and moving. Nathaniel says, I built a home gym because I don't feel like talking to people. Yeah, that's fair, man. Totally fair. Totally fair. See if Peppermint gets in here, if he gets the notification. Does calisthenics help regrow hair? Oh my God. I'm at a loss here for a minute. How do I not be a dick and just say, oh, that was a really funny troll? Because there's no way you're that stupid. There's no way a human being is possibly that stupid and actually capable of using a keyboard. So I'm just going to assume you're being a funny troll. Cameron says reverse hypers, 45-degree hypers. Okay, yeah, fair. At least 3 to 5 sets a week. But even 3 good sets is enough to address a weak link if they're actual challenging hard work sets, right? But how sure are you that it's the weak link? How do you know it's not your abs or your hamstrings? It's the weak link. Right. Come on, guys, get those likes up. There's a bunch of you commenting and who aren't hitting like, and it kills the outreach. Nathaniel, did you hit like? Cameron, did you hit like? Alan, you guys all hit that button. Come on now. Your neck looks thinner. The cut is working, I suppose. Yeah, we're getting slowly leaner. Seth says, Jason, I always had a trouble time even at serious gyms to concentrate. People always talk to me, but when I build a gym in my mom's basement, it's gains. Oh gosh, in your mom's basement, I hope you're you. Well, that's a good funny reference, but interestingly enough, they don't have basements where I live. It's not a thing. So we probably don't have incels where I live since we don't have basements. Like no one's mom has a basement here. So, yeah. Because this area is built on a swamp. Basements flood. This is my hypothesis, at least, on the incel thing. All right. Which, by the way, is really that's a modern phenomenon. But I digress. Yeah, I mean, it's for me, yeah, I will lose concentration sometimes and want to chat with people. Dude, I'll go do heavy, crazy work sets and then chat with people in between them. And people are like, well, you just flipped that switch back and forth. Like you just went over and repped 500 pounds on the deadlift right after laughing and chatting with someone 30 seconds later. It's like, yeah, do you feel certain rep ranges work better for you on specific lifts? I've always felt sets of 8 on deadlifts work really well. To some extent. I mean, certain rep ranges are practical. Do they work better? No, but they're practical from things like a stimulus and fatigue situation. I tend to do really well with low reps on deadlifts. I get plenty of size and strength. Jason, I have home gym with a squat rack. There's pressure from the family for me to move the gym into another room that has a low ceiling, making standing over press and pull-ups impossible. Part 2 is seated over press and place for standing over and press, pull-up variations, ideas. So tell your family no. You're a grown man. You said that you're like in your 50s. You need to tell them, this is my house. we're going to do it the way that I want to do it. I want my rack in here. Like, this is where I need it to be. Y'all need to just deal with it. Come on, Lars. Golden says, no, we don't do that. In fact, you do realize F for F is a good way to get banned on. You will get your page unpublished on Facebook, you silly clown. You do know it's against the rules. So if Facebook as AI actually sees your post, Golden, they will unpublish your page. Complete violation of the rules, and they'll unmonetize you too. Your coaching would probably blow up joining public gyms and newbies watching you lift heavy. I mean, if I wanted in-person coaching, yeah. You know, or yeah, even then picking up people. It could pick back up if I just keep doing my thing and get my algorithms back up. Honestly, that will do it. Getting a better feel for the algo, I'm understanding some stuff a lot more. I've been researching and hitting up my Google people too, because I do have some access still at Google because of my silver tier and everything. Yeah. So we're going to see if some little minor changes what they'll do here. But me focusing on performance, again, will probably blow it up. Honestly, when I just cared about maximizing performance all the time, a few years ago, my coaching was at a level that if coaching was my only income, I'd be comfortable. David, do you still offer 1-hour consultations? How much advance notice is required? I do them all the time. I did one yesterday. I mean, ideally, David, I'd like 1 to 2 days, ideally. Obviously, I need you to pay me well before I schedule it. In a perfect world, I'd like a day or two. But sometimes I can squeeze an evening one in with a few hours notice, but generally I'd like 1 to 2 days. But I do them all the time. In theory, I have one that's supposed to be scheduled tonight, but he hadn't paid yet. He's one who's done one before. He didn't get back to me. He said, I'll pay you this morning. I'm like, I'm not locking it in until you pay me. He's done several before. But I did one yesterday, so I do them all the time. Pretty normal part of my business. Pretty normal part of my business. I'm traveling at the moment. Are you free next? Why are you asking me in public? Go ahead, send me a DM. David, go to my Facebook, right? Send me a message in Messenger. I don't schedule them through here because I don't know you. I don't know that you're a real person. So go there, shoot me a message on Messenger, and we schedule them. Alan, I thought aesthetics over strength and attract more clients. No, I don't. Well, Alan, I'm going to get leaner from the running, the cardio. I'm going to keep getting leaner anyways. But quite frankly, me getting more aesthetic, my coaching business got slower, way slower. Who was the first YouTube fitness influencer officially? I have no idea. Maybe Scooby, but I could be wrong. Scooby's the first one I was made aware of. Was Scooby, but apparently there was some other guy. There was some other guy too, whose name I can't remember, who was doing it like 18 years ago or something. But Scooby was the first one that I became aware of. Fake Natties dominate YouTube fitness. Peppermint, did you get the notification this time? A bunch of people said they did. I made an adjustment here. Did you come through or did you actually get the notification? Because a couple people got it and said they did. I figured out why people get them on the morning runs and not in here. So I think we cracked it. We didn't run today. Yep, you got it. I'm only running 3 days a week. It's going to be 3 of my off days. Probably going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The diet will get you leaner faster. My preference. Okay, let's explain this whole concept of energy turnover. I didn't have the bell set. Okay, fair enough. I've enjoyed the running vlog. You should try a park run if you like. Okay, David. A park run. How am I going to be social if I'm running? That doesn't make any sense. Plus, then I'm in a park running barefoot. There's going to be dog poop and stuff. How about we don't do that? No, I don't enjoy this social aspect. It interferes. I'm going to stop running to talk to people. This is a horrible idea. A park run is a social. I thought he meant go to a park and run. Oh, okay. Well, couldn't I just go to a 5K and do the same thing? Here's already yelling out at everyone, right? Okay. I've never heard this. So when you say a park run, you like, I'm assuming go to a park and go run. It's like, what? 5K on Saturday mornings where people turn up. Oh, okay. That makes sense. H. Caber, I can probably get there at 3,000 calories, to be fair. I need to cut down to like 3,000 and not be trying to accidentally eating 4,000 and stuff will help, you know. You do realize I never went under 3,000 for the first 17 pounds of the cut, right? I never went under 3,000. Run clubs are becoming a thing. Okay, gotcha. I remember the group we push each other. Now, my appetite is insane no matter what. Rashid, I don't even know what the idea of a decreased appetite means. I don't, not something I have real experience with, honestly. I suppose you could take drugs that do that. I have an insane appetite. That's why we fast. Because then I can actually feel full part of the day. So, you know, if I eat 2,500 calories of brown rice and do it all in the afternoon, it's relatively filling. Appreciate it, Dean. Hey, Dean, did you get the notification on this? I'm just asking people. I got that notification. Yeah, you let me know, Peppermint. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see if Dean did also. What? Much better views on this one than normal. Keep hitting that like button, guys. Hey, Peyton, no, we're still at 209. You already know that. If I update my weight all the time, man. So if I drop under 209, you will see it immediately that day. You'll be like 208, right? But right now, I've been trying to focus on the run performance, so I kind of pulled the deficit out for just a little bit to get used to running. Now we're going to ease slowly back into it, which we have. The scale's going back down here. Rashid, I don't, 2012, and you're asking what was my first video? I don't know. Might have been my 5x5. No, I think I did a couple others before. And then the 5x5 video was maybe my third video. The original Ice Cream Fitness 5x5 was like my third video. My first video was just saying hello to my friends that saying, hey, I'm starting a YouTube. And then I had like 10 followers that first day. So yeah, the Ice Cream Fitness 5x5 was like my third video ever made. And yeah, that was originally done in 2012. I know that for a fact. I had 25 subscribers when I made that video. That big 25, baby. Ice Cream Fitness 5x5 was the first program I ever did. Yeah, it was the first program a lot of people did. The thumbnail with Coach turned around from the whiteboard. Hey, Divide. Are you trying to give me advice, or are you going to do that consultation? Because you sound like, because you guys know I don't like advice. It's not something I'm real big on. Okay. So, especially when I don't ask for it. If I ask for advice, it's different, but I didn't ask for anybody's advice on it. So everyone who follows me knows that. You can't have followed me very long. And the thing that says, obviously, I did it way after it came out. He must be new here, right? He was already asking me about, can he set up a consultation call? And then he's hopping over to giving advice. So I don't know that he's not a troll. I don't know, man. Very new. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So one of my big pet peeves is people giving advice that I didn't just general. It's kind of one of my pet peeves. I usually tell people my requirements are, I'd like to see your world-class level coaching and whatever the endeavor is, like proof of it. And then very friendly, ease in the advice of like, send me a DM, say, look, this is my thing. I coach, numerous national level marathon runners or something. And do you mind some friendly advice? That's usually my requirements. Or, hey, I coach some world level powerlifters. I have 7 guys who go to worlds every year. Do you mind some minor advice on your squat? And then do it from their coaching page. That's my minimum requirements for advice. And then politely ask if I mind some advice. Yeah. Tell him, Richard, book that consult. Alan says, I did get the notification for the first time ever, so there's some new vigors. Yeah, absolutely. So it's definitely, I'm making some adjustments for that. Coach knows personally world level hybrid athlete. Yeah, exactly. I have personal friends who are world level hybrid athletes already. So always keep that in mind. That I can hit up for advice. People in here giving their own coach advice, right? Yeah, like if I want stuff on that, I'll probably just hit Viata up and be like, Alex, bro, I need some pointers, man. Yeah, I take advice, but it needs to be someone who really has a high track record of success. I'd like to see 20 years of coaching experience firsthand from them, and I don't think that's unreasonable. Coach, how do you deal with petty haters? You just block them and move on. Would you do another beginner program? Marcelo, no, I've been under 200 before. Marcelo, I've been under 200 on this channel, or like while doing fitness stuff online before. I just didn't have as much muscle as I do now, obviously. Coach Dustic, is Alex recommend? I've never asked him. No, I like the barefoot more. I've done research on it. I feel like overall it's better. I've never asked Alex on that. I've seen him in Vibrams and minimalist shoes though when I've looked, but I've never asked him, so I don't know his take on it. Right, he's got to be out in a circle and random guys give him advice in live streams, right? I've literally interviewed Viata on this channel. Before. No, I've not asked Alex at all about running at all. I have no idea. I haven't hit him up. I mean, I could if I want to, but I'm kind of happy with what I'm doing with it for now. Like I don't need any high level advice right now. I'm just getting back into running. Let's just build a foundation. Alex is the first to tell you don't run junk miles. So like when I was running 7 days a week, I promise you Alex would have slapped me. So my 3 day is probably closer to optimal. He's really big on no junk miles, even preparing for a marathon. I do know that much. He doesn't like junk volume. He doesn't like junk miles. He's like, if you're going to be hybrid athletes, you can't do junk volume when you're lifting. You shouldn't do a single set that's not beneficial. You shouldn't run a single mile that's not beneficial. Not one. Do you think your strength and recovery would ever you drop to 200 pounds? Within? Not necessarily. I don't know, Steve. I mean, I could be to 200 within a couple of months, actually, at this point. Even for weight loss, junk miles got me injured, yeah. The advice I got was to run slow, to run fast, and it works, yeah. Well, I had to adjust my pace again because, again, I was taking too long of strides. It was getting a lot of hamstring pain. So I brought those in, and it's calmed now, so that helped. And then that only running 3 days a week. Hey, Peyton, I publish screenshots of all my running data. Like, it literally gets published on the Facebook page every run. So you can see, so go check all the pictures. You can see every run I've been doing. I documented all of them now. But I stream all of it on the tubes. Can you share what year you were under 200? Marcelo, it's too hard. I know it was at one point at 2012, I was down to there. And I think at a certain point at 2014, I was in the 190s, you know, right? I know I was in the 190s for a little while in 2014 at some point for maybe 6 months. So that sounds about right. But I mean, those are just estimates. Best I can do. I was under 200 when I moved back to Texas from the UK. I was in the 190s. No, I know dudes who run barefoot in the winter. No, my feet are already pretty solid calluses. They're already there. No, I'll run in the winter too, dude. It's not like it gets that cold. You weigh the same as Mark Bell. Do I really? What's Mark Bell weigh? He's 209 exactly. So Peyton, I think my best run, I averaged 9-minute miles on a 5K or whatever, but I've only been running for less than a month. I haven't run in over 20 years. I just restarted. So I did a 28-minute 5K a few days ago, which I think is okay for a guy who's over 200 pounds who hasn't run in 20 years. I don't think it's too bad, but I want to improve it from there. So my next goal is a 25-minute 5K. Yeah, everyone's so obsessed with stopping me running barefoot. It's really weird. He's going to 200. Mark Bell's like 5'5". Yeah, I know he's shorter than me. I know some guy in your comments thinking you would stop. I have no idea. Or because I skipped a day of running. That's a decent time. So Mark Bell is 6'2". I don't know. I thought he was a short. Is he a tall guy or a short guy? Does anyone know? Oh, is he that tall? Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, his frame didn't look like 209 ripped. He's really lean right now. I'm like 209. I mean, I would think if he was short, he would look a lot thicker. Okay, so he's pretty tall. All right. I wasn't sure. I had no idea. He is 6'5". Gotcha. Okay, well, I take that back. I've never met him. I don't remember what he looks like next to other people. I don't really remember. Well, Steve, no one's doing a contest with you for supers, though. You missed the one the other day. Guy dropped a $20 super. That's why I was like, that's where we need Dean in here to get the contest going. Last time I saw Mark Bell. Yeah, I've already covered the sugar diet nonsense. I've explained why it works and why I'm against it in pretty vast detail. I'm not saying that you can't lose fat on it. People obviously can, but it's not a good idea. And if he simply replaced all the sugar with, better carbohydrates instead of the refined sugars, it would be much better. But any zero or low fat carbohydrate will do identical to what he's doing with the sugar diet. You know, it's not special because of the sugar. And that's what people forget. That's why I don't get why they're doing the sugar diet. Like, why do they even need to do that? I hate when I eat at a deficit and the scale goes up. It happens sometimes, Paul. Shifts in water weight, shifts in cortisol, body reaching homeostasis. A lot of things can happen. Right? A lot of things can happen. Wait a minute. Oh man, I had the wrong button on that. Cole Robinson is now promoting the 90s bodybuilder diet. Is he? Is he doing that instead of the sugar diet? I mean, the 90s bodybuilder diet worked. I mean, it did work. Paul says stress is super high. That can do it, dude. Cortisol can cause water retention. As long as scale doesn't plateau. I mean, you're going to have daily swings anyways. That's normal. Why you either look at averages or just look at lows or highs for the week. Be my advice. Yeah, you can't stress that stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm 55. My test is 1200 plus. You're on gear. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with you using tests. It's not really TRT at 1200 plus though. It's a prescription blast. Yeah. No, you're not in the normal range though. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it. It's your body. I'm not going to hate on it. But let's not really call it TRT just because you got a script. It's definitely super physiological, right? Which again is fine. But it's just kind of not really reasonable to call it TRT. A study said cortisol doesn't affect you as much if you believe stress is good for you. Yeah, I'm going to go with that sounds ridiculous. Peyton. It's not only TRT. Yeah, but you're in the super physiological range, Kev. That's why it's not technically TRT. Replacement, those TRT would have to keep you below 1,000, or it's not technically, biologically speaking, TRT. But you're on a super physiological amount. So if your doctor prescribes you 20 times the amount the human body produces, it's not technically TRT, it's just legal. Understand the difference? You're doing a legal cycle at that point. So TRT would have to be a replacement, testosterone replacement therapy. Did you see Durian Ryder on Mark Bell's podcast? No. I don't even see Mark Bell's podcast, which is taking his natty card away. No, I don't care. I don't care. I think the whole concept of talking about a natty card gets silly anyways. You know, but it's just, let's just be technical with no judgment. I mean, that's the thing. Like when I say that, it's not a judgment. Does that make sense? I'm just stating facts. I'm stating facts with no moral or ethical implications in any way. Like A, B, C. red, purple, blue. It's like we're just stating facts. No judgment involved. Make sense? It's only a judgment if you perceive a personal judgment from those terms. I don't. So it's like, just call it what it is. Doing a legal low dose blast. And if you're okay with it and your doctor's okay with it, then I'm okay with it. Right? I mean, that's my view on it. Are you fine with it? Yeah. Your doctor's fine with it, then we good. But it's not technically TRT. We could call it TRT plus. That's kind of the joking term. Rashid, why do you ask me stuff like that? It's my medical stuff is none of your business. You do know it's inappropriate to ask her. You're not American, I can tell. It's inappropriate to ask people their medical details in America. It's very much a social taboo. So far, so good. Only androgel 50 milligrams. I hate androgel personally. Why don't you just do sip? Right? Instead of putting a patch on your ball, man, just get you a weekly shot and be done with it. No, it's a patch you put on your scrotum every day, David. It's like a little Band-Aid. Right? It's a little patch that you apply to your testicles. No, you don't rub it. It's a patch with a gel in it, and you stick it on your ball sack. Oh, he does it on the shoulder. The old school way used to be on the balls. I'm dead serious. That is one of the standards. Okay, so you got the different version. I've known dudes who their prescription was literally to stick it on their testicles and wear it. And I'm not kidding. That's what my doctor has me do. Oh, man. Can't imagine the pharmacist applying that. Well, no, you got to do it every day. I would not feel too great peeling off. I don't know, man. It might feel pretty good peeling off. You might, if you're into that. Hey, man, I don't judge, dude. Nathaniel, I don't judge, man. Coaches of some industry and their doom still after you. I don't know, Rashid. Not really. You sure ask a lot of trolling stuff, man. Even in the comments, Rashid. Come on. Do you actually lift, bro? Rashid, what's your deadlift? How much do you deadlift on skillet? I want to know. Yeah, Kev, I'm not all about all that myself, man. Just do a shot. Left glute 1 week, right glute the next week, all good. As they say, if you ain't pinning, you ain't winning. Saw a study that carnivore destroys gut health. It's like, well, all low fiber diets destroy gut health. That's already proven. So let's not even go to carnivore. That's not even a debate. We know low fiber diets destroy gut health. Hey, David, go to Google and you can start looking at the different potential side effects for TRT and the rates of those. And a lot of your lifestyle factors affect the side effects, by the way. Like if you're fat, you're going to have more side effects from testosterone in general. For example, like if you're fat, you eat a bad diet, you're going to have more side effects. But yeah, Carol, we know low fiber diets destroy gut health. We don't even need to go as far as the carnivore. It's a low fiber diet. It is impossible to have good gut health on an extremely low fiber diet. Pretty much guaranteed you will destroy your gut health in the long term. It's transdermal gel. You can skip lifestyle. Bad, drink beer, and having no side effects. Okay. You're lucky you're not getting sides then, but still possible. Beans and oats, well, fiber in general. Wide variety of fiber is good for gut health. Skip doses sometimes I do. Well, you're at a high enough dose with that level at 1200 plus. Skipping is still going to keep you in the normal range. So there is that. What can be side effects? Some of the bad ones, more estrogenic effects can be a big deal. Elevated hematocrit, elevated blood pressure if you're fat and have a bad diet. Gynecomastia. So the fatter you are, the higher your aromatization rate. Obviously, it varies from person to person still. Definitely stuff like the blood pressure can be a factor. Blood pressure is very high. Going to the doctor tomorrow. So you need to drop the beer and to get lean out, Kev. Get rid of that. Get rid of the booze. Trim down lean, and that will probably resolve itself. Get down to a healthy body fat. Cut the booze out, man. And it's all good though, man. It's fixable. So get in and fix it, dude. You're over here on the fitness channel right now, man. You're in the right place. Right? You're in the right place, man. Get on a good, some chicken, brown rice, and broccoli diet. Up your cardio a little bit. You'll be good to go. Appreciate your vids and help. You're welcome, man. Alcohol, yeah, Peyton. I'm personally very anti-alcohol. Everybody knows that. Nathaniel, yep. We've talked about that, haven't we, Nathaniel? You and I have. Tell him, brother, preach. I said I'm over 6.5 years since my last drink and never looked back. Sober life is the best life, brothers. And I know that from first-hand experience. Like my plan is to never ever have a drink the rest of my life, and I'll be happy to do that. No, I haven't seen. I don't really watch these fitness people, Rashid. Only drink when I go on holidays night to get smashed in the sun. Yeah, I don't at all, dude. Like I said, not a drop. Because I don't moderate it anyways, and it has its own problems in moderation, but I choose not to, man. I do not partake. You're right, Jason. It's extremely rare to be 10% body fat and weigh 215 to 220. Yeah. Yep. I don't know about straight edge. Peyton says I can quit booze easy, but sometimes when I get stressed out and mad, I want to drink. Yeah, but that's also a bad coping mechanism for it, isn't it? You know what I mean? You need to find a more positive outlet for those things instead of, wanting to get a drink. Because that can turn into addiction eventually. When you use it as that sort of coping mechanism, that can turn into alcoholism if you go through a particularly bad period in your life. I mean, I got my vices. Try to be careful of those vices. I think we all know what my vices are. And they have nothing to do with substances. Well, no, not specifically, no. Have I dated one? Yes. But, toxic women. But strippers in general haven't necessarily been a problem, but yeah. Definitely toxic women have been a vice for me. I got to stay away from the ones with too many tats and piercings. Yeah. She used to be on my channel. She was on my channel all the time working out. We lived together for 3 years. That's a whole different. That's way in the past. Yeah. She wasn't technically doing it while we were together. She had quit like a month before we started dating. Rashid, I don't discuss my status at all. I could be married and you wouldn't even know. Like right now, I could have met a girl at church and be married to her and you wouldn't even know because I don't discuss my current personal life. So, all right. Do you think 200 pounds at 10% body fat is realistic over 5'9", 11 natty? No. Not a snowball's chance in hell. Sorry. I'm just telling you straight up. No, it's not realistic at all. I think it's reasonable for guys using maybe up to about 500 milligrams. I don't think it's unreasonable. But a natty, I'm going to say about 0.00% of that happening. Now, are you talking really bloated, like you ate a bunch of salty, fatty, like you got really bloated, you hit the Chinese buffet really hard, and you're all salted up? You mean that type of 200 pounds, or you mean walking around day to day? No. No, why would you? No. Plug that into a fat-free mass index calculator. Okay. I'll do it for you. Right? All right. Fat-free mass index calculator. Let's find out. But I'm going to say no without even running the numbers. 5'11", assuming a true 5'11", right? Not a fake 5'11" internet stat. Millennial height 5'11" would be 5'8". If you're a millennial, I assume you're 5'8" when you say 5'11". Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. 200 pounds at 5'11" is a 25.16 fat-free mass index. Still probably not happening. Now, what's more realistic? For non-genetically gifted, you really about a 24. So let's go with, might be more obtainable, like 190. But 10 pounds of muscle is a lot. Okay. Something like 190, not unreasonable after 15 years of really hard training. You know, what's your fat-free mass index at the moment? I don't know. What do you guys think my body fat is? Someone guess my body fat, and I'll plug it in. What do we want to call it? So we want to call me 15%. I'd say about 11. So let's just go with 14, right? So I'm 209. Let's go with 14%. If I'm 14%, my fat-free mass index is 27.17. All natural, bro. we all natty, bro. We natty as fuck. What do you mean, Marcinio? What do you mean that can't be right? I just plugged it in, dude. No, I didn't say that at all, Rashid. I don't know where you got that. All right. I don't discuss it at all, so I didn't say any such thing. I didn't say recently anything about my status. So you just made that up. Hey, Coach Elliott Holt at Strength Camp said you can have a better physique than 99% of people doing only 4 lifts, front squat, deadlift, pull-ups, and dips. Any truth to this? No, I think he's right. I'm not going to disagree. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be my choice. I would do a back squat instead of a front squat. If you are a coach's size, you cannot be natural. Yeah. What do you mean, man? We full natty, bro. Just on TRT, man. I am legitimately actually only on TRT right now. Not saying that's always been the case, but I am in the normal testosterone. My testosterone is lower than this other guy's and Kev's is. You just thoughts on glycerol subs. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, you confusing me with another person, where she definitely are. So let's plug it in at 15%, right? Someone said I could be 15. So let's go with whatever, 15. If we 15%, what? Something's not right. 26.3 fat-free mass index if I'm 15%. My clients had a question. Jason Sheck, 6'2", 215. I don't know. Peyton, I don't recommend many supplements at all. Like basics, creatine, protein, maybe some extra strength fish oil, maybe melatonin if you needed to sleep, a multi. No, those are all useless, man. Citrulline, arginine, no, they're just junk. These are ripoffs. Complete waste of money, dude. I think you're too lean for 15. You have visible abs. I don't know. Sure, you've been training for decades. Yeah. Plus, let's not pretend Coach hasn't in the past done his share of DECA and anadrol. I mean, I'm sorry, full natty bra, lifetime natty bra. So. Once you cash in that card, man, that's true, dude. Because there can be some permanent long-term changes. That's why it's like a lot of times you get guys who are like, how's that guy that size just on TRT? Well, he was bigger before. He was on a lot of gear and he's at TRT now. There's still all that nuclei density. You know, some of that's semi-permanent. Almost as natty as Michael Trent. Sorry, Aaron. Almost as natty. Nobody's as natty as Michael Hearn, though. He's like super natty. He is like the most natty of all natties. He's the paragon of nattiness. It is impossible to obtain Michael Hearn's level of natty. You know? Like nobody is at that level of natty, dude. Like there's natural, then there's supernatural, then there's Michael Hearn natural. Mike more natty than me. He's more natty than everybody. Like even if you've never even heard of steroids, Mike is still more natty than you. Okay? That's how natural he is. He is more natural than a person who's never even heard of steroids. He is at that level. He's like 57% more natural than they are. Do you experience any negative health effects being above 25? I don't know, man. Sometimes I guess my cardio isn't maybe as excellent as I might like. You know, that 5K needs to be faster. You know. Yeah, nobody's on Michael Hearn's level of natty. I think it's about time to wind it down. Just about time to wind. We didn't get any supers, but at least we got more outreach. So we'll take the win. All right, I'm going to end the Facebook. See if it will create a clip. All right, it's clipping. It's trying to make a clip. I've enjoyed this. Do you do this every day? Most days, David, yeah. I try to get a bike ride in most days on here and stream to all my platforms. All right, trying to make a reel. Let's see if you're going to make a reel. Come on, make a reel for Facebook, y'all. All right, guys. I'm going to wind down the YouTube. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.